I kissed a married man and was shocked that he didn't reject me. Back in school when I was 19, I happened to sit next to a classmate. Let's call him Dean. He was very smart, high IQ, quite funny, and not ugly. Like, not necessarily hot to get teenage girls drooling over him, but still nice to look at. And he was popular. We had some things in common like cultural background, same humor, music taste, academic interests. Naturally, we soon started chatting and goofing around every time we had class together. Here I have to mention, shortly before that, I broke up with my ex after 3 years. He was my first real boyfriend, and was fully into this single and ready to mingle thing. I was partying a lot and enjoying myself. Anyway, it was on 2 or 3 occasions where Dean and I met outside of school to get drunk or stoned, and ended up hooking up with each other. I have very fuzzy memories of it due to being intoxicated, but I definitely remember that we both enjoyed those few encounters. We kept this a secret and never really talked about it. Instead, when we met in school, we pretended like it never happened. I enjoyed being single and free. To me, it was clearly just a friends with benefits thing, and I had the impression that it was the same for Dean. No big deal, no hard feelings. Later, both of us ended up with different boyfriends and girlfriends, still being just friendly, chatty classmates. After graduation 1 year later, we went completely separate ways and lost contact. All I knew is that Dean moved to a different country, got married, and had kids. Now, 20 years later, I am 40, living a happy life with my husband of over 8 years. When I got the message about a school reunion, I was excited to attend, to show myself and see how others are doing. I asked my husband to accompany me, but he was absolutely not interested in joining the event, so I went alone. Dean also was there, alone. We haven't seen each other for 20 years. At first, we both just greeted each other from a distance, later talked for a short bit. Dean showed pictures of his gorgeous kids and wife, me talking about my cats and ongoing house construction. Then we moved on to catching up with others. Regular reunion stuff. Towards the end of the evening, after a few drinks, I was kind of curious about the chemistry between Dean and me, if I still got it, if he remembered me and us. Also, Dean seemed curious about me, however, in a very subtle way. When the crowd talked about who is staying where, I mentioned that I stay at the hotel, and Dean was like, "Hotel? Yes, which hotel? Aha, here close by. Okay, why not staying with your family?" When the party ended, Dean offered to walk with me for a bit as he was going in the same direction. We talked again about random stuff like job and family. Finally, we arrived at my hotel and were saying our goodbyes. Now don't ask me what I was thinking. I probably wasn't, but I kissed Dean, like lips on lips. I really expected him to reject me, maybe feeling flattered, maybe even angry or offended. I was prepared to apologize. Instead, he instantly kissed back and pressed his tongue in my mouth and was all like, "Let's go to your room, let's go, what are you waiting for?" I was quite excited about the kiss and that he kissed me back, but that was just about it, how far I intended it to go. A kiss. And now Dean being married and still so willing to go all the way without hesitation, that really took me by surprise and made me realize that it's all fun and games, but I was playing with fire. So I rejected his offer in a friendly way, explained that it was only about a kiss and that we're both married and that it's not gonna happen and bad idea because we're both drunk and sex would be bad anyway, so not worth it and we're both married. Dean tried first to negotiate in his funny and charming way, but lastly was all gentleman again and behaved and finally left. Now a few months passed, and I am still shocked about 2 things. First, how close I came to making a very stupid mistake and hurting my husband, who I love till death. This taught me again, to never feel too safe about myself and not to play stupid games. And secondly, I still cannot get over the fact that Dean, a happily married man, an intelligent guy who has it all and more, still was ready to risk everything for a hookup with some chick he made out with 20 years ago. My guess is, he wanted to relive a memory or finish what we started. And this reunion seemed like a perfect once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, especially since we live on different continents and will probably never see each other again.